Hello, this is Gone Solo Troika. I am, as always, your host and storyteller, Royce Rosewood. In our last episode, there was a huge fight between Cagalympus, the wizard, and Siphon, the demon, who had come to collect on the debt that Cagalympus had incurred after getting the secret to lasers. There was a huge battle, but Cagalympus won and was able to defeat the demon in an amazing twist. Our heroes, Pointage and Goldbone, were able to sneak out of the battle, not before getting harmed. But they decided they did not want to have anything to do with this. But they are still in the manor. They are still trying to escape. And also, they figured out that Cagalympus was the one responsible for sending the robots from Pazak, the machine sphere, to attack Die Prize all those years ago. But they seem a little bit outclassed, or maybe are trying to get out. And also there's this idea that there's this mind hat somewhere, this mind control device that Cagalympus is working on. That might be somewhere in the manor. So are our heroes going to get out? Are they going to find the mind hat? Are they going to survive at all? I don't know. So that's why we've got to roll and find out. So let's get in there. So our heroes have just escaped the battle. And we know, based on our previous episode, they would be going through the music room, right? All these instruments. So the question is, are they going to be able to escape? I assume Cagalympus is going to send, because there was 2 thinking engines, is going to send those thinking engines out to capture them. So I guess Goldbone and Pointage are going to try to hide, are going to try to sneak. So let's see. Goldbone has a sneak of 6, so she's got to roll under that. See if she can hide in the music room. She rolled a 9. Do we want to burn a luck? No, probably. Well, let's see. We got to roll under 7. Nope. Okay. Well. All right. What about Pointage? Is Pointage able to hide? Oh, that is a fumble. So as they are trying to sneak or hide their way through to try to avoid the thinking engines that are after them, Pointage unfortunately trips on like a giant harp or something, and then goes crashing into some sort of set of magical drums, and it makes a huge ruckus, and they get tangled up, and then it's knocking over instruments, and some giant guitar falls on Goldbone too, and they all get stuck and trapped. And so even though they were trying to escape and hide, the thinking engines find them immediately and capture them and bring them back to Cagalympus. So where is Cagalympus going to take them? We've got this fun sheet that I want to roll on some more, so let's go to a different room. All right, so let's see what we got. We got 31, the trophy room. That's interesting. And what kind of trophies does Cagalympus collect? Let's see. Oh, okay. This has got a pixie. The thinking engines, which remember are sort of disheveled, falling apart robots being propped up by magic and alchemy, seize Goldbone and Pointage and take them through, a series of hallways. They come into, sort of a long, maybe slightly darker hallway, and there's glass cases all along the side. And in all these cases, pinned like little butterflies or little pixies, like the picture that we rolled, are, all these creatures and people of different shapes and sizes. Cagalympus likes to collect people. And maybe he's interested in Pointage because Pointage has those wings, right? And maybe there's a lot of pixies and winged creatures pinned up like butterflies in this. trophy room. Cagalympus's iron fist, right, has worn off by now. And he's looking over his trophies in his collection. And he turns to see them come in and say, yes, you two. You two will make a fine addition to my collection of specimens. So sorry about that mess with the demon. Debt collectors, you know. Such a hassle, really. Shouldn't have to deal with these things, but here we are. Cagalympus is looking over his new specimens, and I have an interesting question. Does Cagalympus recognize or know anything about Goldbone? Yes. Okay. So we know Goldbone is an orphan, right? And the Guild of Sharp Corners did not know anything about her origin, or at least didn't say that they did. But is based in Madwell, right? And Cagalympus is also based in Madwell. And so as Cagalympus is looking over Goldbone, there's sort of a strange flash of recognition that goes across his face. And he says, "Oh, it's you. Oh, my word. I'd forgotten all about that. Well, interesting to see that you're still alive. And you've become some sort of assassin. That's interesting." And Goldbone says, What do you mean? How do you know who I am?" And Cagalympus says, "Oh, what was this? 10 years ago or so, I was running some experiments and about creating life, and some of them were successful, but babies so hard to raise, so much trouble, and I moved on to other things. So I just left you out in the street or something. But you've survived. That's very interesting. I wonder now." And Goldbone says, What do you mean? You made me?" And Cagalympus says, "Why, oh yes, you are a wizard born. Yes, isn't that very interesting? Yes, I created you out of magic. I mean, you are a human still, but of magical origin. So, how interesting. Well, do I want to make you a specimen or not? Now I've got all sorts of questions since you've survived. Do I wonder if you have magical capabilities? Oh, so interesting." And Goldbone is having all of these feelings come up, her home is the Guild of Sharp Corners, but she always had wondered, because they told her she was an orphan, where she might have come from and her origin might be. And it turns out she was made by a wizard, and not only that, but just sort of like carelessly abandoned, like some sort of failed experiment. And she's processing all this, and she's like, no, this is you're lying. This has to be a lie. And Cagalympus says, "Oh, we'll show you all the documents. I keep copious notes. I really do. I've got another room of records here in my palace. But yes, we can't have you sneaking around, though. No, that's not acceptable." Jeez, what is even going to happen at this point? What is Goldbone going to do with this information? Is she feeling anger at being abandoned, or is she feeling wonder at finally figuring out her origin? So yes for anger, no for wonder, no, but yeah, okay. So she's realizing it, and against her better judgment, against the sort of the context, she's starting to see Cagalympus as this, long lost parental figure, that she had never imagined, and Pointage is watching this happening. They're like, whoa. Goldbone, keep it together. We have a mission. This guy is trying to control people, is trying to destroy people. We have to keep together. And Goldbone is like, what? But this is, don't you see? This is what I've really been looking for all this time. And maybe I can do magic. How could you tell? Can you tell? And Cagalympus says, well, we can run some experiments. We'll have to take care of your friend, though. I don't have time to process him right now. Go guards, hold him. Let's go to the laboratory. Yeah, come with me. Come with me. And you bring the dwarf too, but keep eyes on him, he's saying to the thinking engines. So Goldbone is released, and the thinking engines both are holding Pointage, who's still trying to get out. And Cagalympus leads them maybe down a spiral staircase. This is a massive place, huge, full of many, many rooms. And they come into this laboratory. It was just kind of more alchemical, right? Because there's magical stuff, right? So there's spells and there's things in cages and jars, but then little vials and bubbling things and things on plates and fire and all sorts of stuff and instruments and. Right, and there's sort of like like a sigil in the middle. He has Goldbone, stand on the sigil and is like, all right, let's see. He pulls out some, notebooks and is going through his old notes and said, all right, yes, let's see. Let us see. I'm very fascinated to find out if you do have magical abilities. Does she have magical abilities? I don't know. No, she doesn't. And he's doing all these instruments, and no, it doesn't seem. Even though you are wizardly in origin, you do not seem to have any magical abilities. Although some certain kinds of magic can be trained, and you might have an aptitude for those. Magic is not always in the blood, as it were. Many kinds of magic, Goldbone is like, oh, okay, well. And it's starting to see this potential of like, oh, maybe this is where she could be. She never felt herself as to be an assassin, but maybe she might have a place here with this, admittedly, yes, evil wizard, but she's not thinking about that right now, right? She's so overwhelmed to discover this thing that was totally unexpected to her. Pointage is trying to talk her out of Goldbone, we gotta stay put. We gotta get out of here, right? This is his laboratory. Is the mind hat here? No, it's not here. It's being kept somewhere else, so they don't see. Maybe they see sort of some plans, or but it's not here at this moment. There's some other place where he's keeping it. Okay, Cagalympus is still looking over Goldbone and said, yes, this is quite interesting to me. I'd like to keep you here for a while. Yes, I did want to put you up as a specimen, but now I see you're one of my creations, and I have so many questions. I mean, so many things that I want to know. Pointage is like, we cannot stay here. They're gonna pin me up. Can Goldbone maybe talk Cagalympus out of this, putting up her friend? She says, I really would like to stay here, but I'm worried about my friend. I don't really want you to pin him up in a trophy cabinet. It's not going to make me feel good. Do you think maybe we can? Maybe you can just keep him alive with me. Let's roll under skill. 5. She needed a 5, and she rolled a 5. Cagalympus too is also having unusual feelings, seeing this creation of his grown up, more or less. He says, "Well, why, yes, of course, yes. Whatever you need. We can't have you wandering about the palace, of course, but yes, we can keep your friend safe for now. It seems like something we can do." Yes, I have some things I need to take care of, but I'll have my thinking engines take them to the secure guest rooms. Keep an eye on them. Don't let them wander around. But so the thinking engines sort of escort them off to this other place. And I have this thematic table too that I haven't been using. So tell me about these guest rooms. The mercurial opulence. Okay, so they're very lush. They have luxurious curtains and soft velvet, and maybe there's even a window out that you can look out through the clouds, and maybe it's pointed down a little bit. Maybe we're on sort of the underside. You can see down, down to the land below. But the decorations reflective of Cagalympus' Mercurian nation, some of them are like very ornate and like fancy and sort of like whimsical. And then, so there's maybe like a sort of a velvet painting of a clown, just bizarrely. And then like bizarre, like horned, dripping blood, sort of angry altar kind of things, sort of like a witchy, thing. And all these things is sort of like, all these decorations just sort of mishmashed next to each other. They're put into this chamber and the door locks behind them, and the thinking engines are right there. And Pointage is like, "What are you doing? We came here to kill this wizard and sort of try to find the mind hat or something. He's responsible for sending the robots to Diaprise. He is a villain through and through. What are you doing?" Goldbone says, I don't know. I'm feeling confused. I'm feeling mixed up. I mean, maybe this is where I'm supposed to be. Maybe it's all happened, for these reasons. And I mean, I never knew where I came from. And it turned out I was made by this wizard. Does that mean I'm evil too? And Pointage says, "No, you are not evil. I've seen you. I know you. You're very kind and considerate, very empathetic, always caring for the downtrodden. I do not think because you are made from someone who was evil that you have evil within you. Obviously not. You've been trained to be an assassin, and you can hardly bring yourself to hurt anyone. No, I don't think so." So the question is, what are they going to do? They didn't have very much luck sneaking around. Cagalympus is going to keep them alive for now. There's a thought. I'm looking over the inventories, as one does when trying to come up with a plan. Goldbone still has 2 of the growing mushrooms. They're in a confined space, so that could be disastrous. Anyway, before we do that, let's say they've been provided with some provisions. So they do get to heal somewhat. That's 2 for Goldbone, 5 for Pointage. Goldbone is now at 11 stamina. Pointage is at 13 stamina. Pointage, you recall, has developed sort of a taste for the growing mushrooms. Used them twice in the frost layer. He goes to Goldbone and he says, "Goldbone, give me one of the growing mushrooms. I'll grow to a huge size, and we'll smash our way out of here. We'll smash our way through to the mind hat. We could destroy this whole place. We could take this place down." And Goldbone says, I don't know. I'm looking forward to the sort of the opportunity here, this potential to find more about my origin. And Pointage says, "We have to stop Cagalympus. Okay, we have to find and destroy this mind hat. And I don't know if we're going to have another opportunity like this. I don't know if anyone else is going to have an opportunity like this. He killed a demon. Think about that. We are much less powerful than demons. How else are we going to take him down?" And Goldbone says, "Well, what are you suggesting? Are you just going to like smash this thing and just like, I don't know, crash this manor into the ground?" Pointage says, "If I have to." And in this moment, this is sort of the moment that Goldbone has been waiting for, sort of that test of character. And she says, you're willing to do that? You would be willing to risk all of this? Risk your life? Crash this whole manor into the ground just to stop Cagalympus from whatever he's going to do with his mind hat, whatever plan he's got in place? Pointage says, well, I know what it's like. I remember the day that the robots attacked my home. And if I can stop that, or something like it, from happening again, even if it costs me my life, then I have to try. Goldbone is going to stay small in case she needs to use anything. But Pointage is going to take the growing mushroom for what might be the last time. So he eats the growing mushroom, which doubles the stamina, bringing his total stamina up to 26. Lasts for an hour. He can't interact with small objects, and any fumbles we roll on the oops table. And he's doing damage as a large beast, so he grows. And this room is pretty large, but is starting to strain against the limits of this room. And he is going to try to smash his way through the wall, rolling under 8 for strength. That's a 9. That doesn't work. We gotta roll for luck. We gotta get another roll. Nope. Despite being massive size, he tries to smash through this wall, but it must be reinforced. There might be magical... with all his strength, with all his might, he is not able to break through this wall. But they have definitely made some noise, this big smashing. The thinking engines come in. What is going on? 2 for Pointage. Pointage on blue. 2 for Goldbone. The thinking engines have initiative 2, so that's 4 for the thinking engines, and of course our end of round token. So let's see who has the chance to go first. So the situation is they're in this room, but they're kind of all packed in. Pointage can't really move, and Goldbone has a little bit of, like a little bit of space, but sort of right up against these thinking engines who have just come in through the door. All right, it is Pointage. Pointage is going to try to smash one of the thinking engines. That's 8 plus the roll, 7, which is 15. The thinking engine has a skill of 8 plus the 11. Nope, so the thinking engine is able to get in a blow. Oh, and what weapon does this one have? 13 has a club. Okay, so not too scary. That's just 1 damage. Pointage tries to smash, but the thinking engine sort of bonks him with the club and just does a little bit of damage. Goldbone. Goldbone's up. You know what? Goldbone has this demon blade still, which we know interrupts magic. So she is going to try to target sort of the magical support system of this thinking engine and try to disable that. So using her knife biting. 11 plus 6, that's good roll. All right, 3 plus 8. Yeah, okay. So she's able to do that, and because of this specific situation, because we have established that the Demon Blade interrupts magic, because she's able to get a hit, she slices through. This one in particular has a sort of a bubbling potion and some sigils around, and she swipes through the potion, disables the magic, and the thinking engine just falls apart. We're just going to call it an instant kill based on what we've established. And Goldbone has her first kill. Nice shot, Goldbone. It's just like, oh, our thinking engine's alive. Does that really count as a kill? I don't know. I'll have to ask the guild mother. So, the other thinking engine sees this happen. Does it just flee? Seeing like his companion go down? No. He stays and fights. So who is he going to target? Pointage or Goldbone? Goldbone seems like the smaller target. Oh, but Goldbone does have this demon blade. All right. But in this instance, the thinking engine is able to get a hit. So brings his club around. He just does the one. He's just bonking him. So he comes around, and maybe Goldbone is so like taken aback by her first kill with this magic demon blade that the other thing is able to come and punk her in the head. Whoa! She takes a little bit of damage, but all right. Goldbone goes again, and she's like, whoa. Oh, well, if you're gonna be like that, I'll show you what I can do. All right, so we're gonna have to do some math. So that's knife fighting. 6 plus 5 is 11, and 8 plus 9 is 17. So the thinking engine is able to get another hit. So her luck has not lasted so long. Just another point of damage, though. Another one from the thinking engine, who's going to target Goldbone again. All right, another hit from the club. This is gonna take forever. Go into the next round. Who's up first? It's Pointage. Just trying to get any sort of hit at all. No. Again. He gets a hit with his... 3 damage this time. Oh, boy. Pointage is sort of stuck and unable to move, and so the thinking was just able to hit him over and over and over again. Who's up? Oh, end of the round. Okay. Next round. Oh, end of the round again. All right. We're going to say, yeah, thinking engine is going to keep targeting Goldbone. I think she just got lucky that one time. Yep. Nope. They're just really struggling here. Even though she's got that one hit kill, she's not able to get a hit off. So she's down to 6 stamina. And the short rounds. Which is telling me that a lot of time is passing. All right. Up again. Oh. Oh no. The thinking engine is able to land a really big blow onto Goldbone. It takes out all her stamina and knocks her out, taking her down to 0. Oh boy. I think at this point, right, this is contrary to what Cagalympus wants. And so with all the rounds passing, all the time has passed, I think Cagalympus has showed up. What are you doing? Stop! When he does like a little healing spell just to get Goldbone up to 1 stamina, and sees the giant Pointage. Like, what is going on here? What is the meaning of this? I allow you into my home, my creation and its companion, and he's getting into his mad phase, right? And you betray my trust. Pointage is going to try again. I'm going to say because the door is open, he's able to get a little bit more of a handhold, and to try to break things open. So let's see if Pointage is able to do that. Gonna roll under 8. So okay, finally. So yes, so Pointage is able to break through the wall, out into the hallway. Starting to damage, sort of, because we know they're on the outside too. Break through the wall and then break through the outer wall. So now there's this hole in the manor, and so like wind is racing by from they're up in the air, And Cagalympus says, "No, my palace, how could you do this?" I mean, at this point, we could keep doing combat, but I don't think... I really only have one more question. And my question is Pointage able to bring down the manor? Is he able to destroy enough of it that he's able to send it out of the sky and crashing into the ground? That's what he's trying to do. Despite what Cagalympus is trying to do. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do an imposed roll. Okay. Pointage is going to add his strength. Cagalympus is going to add his skill. This last roll is just I'm going to try to answer the question: is Pointage able to bring the manor down, to crash the manor down before Cagalympus is able to stop him by magical means? All right, we've got 8 plus Pointage's roll, which is 7, which is not great. Cagalympus rolled 10 plus 5, which is also 15. So it's a tie. They're matched. So what's happening is Pointage is, now that there's this huge hole in the manor, he's smashing through, and now he's got handholds, he's got grips, and he's just like throwing his whole weight into the thing. And Cagalympus has got some sort of spell. Maybe he's cast his iron fist again to try to stop. And so Pointage is crashing, but Cagalympus is holding him with his fist and sort of punching up onto him, and they're sort of locked in this combat. And Goldbone, barely having consciousness, sort of watching this in sort of a daze and sort of a haze. So I mean, they're locked. So Pointage is going to try to test his luck, try to break the tie. Roll under 5. And he rolls a 5. Pointage says, looking down at the tiny Cagalympus, and says, "You're not going to hurt anyone ever again." And then he reaches through and he grabs Cagalympus and throws him out the hole. Cagalympus just goes flying off into the sky, and Pointage is just able to slam his weight down and break open more. He's now he's kind of holding on, and with his massive size, the manor is starting to tilt, and it starts to go down. It starts to crash. Things are falling off the walls, and things are sliding out. There's thinking engines and treasure and all sorts of stuff just tumbling and tumbling. He kind of spends more time now that Cagalympus is out of the way, smashing. He's unimpeded. He's just breaking all this stuff, and maybe there's some sort of magical ward that is keeping the thing up. And he's trying to smash it, and he says, "Goldbone, get over here!" And, she's barely conscious. She's just at 1 stamina from that final heal from Cagalympus. She goes over and takes the demon blade, and so there's this cylinder of magical energy sort of sparking, and she slices the demon blade through it, and it dissipates, and then the whole manor just sort of and starts to go into this deep nosedive, because that was this magical engine thing that was keeping things up. And they're falling, and the ground is getting closer. Pointage picks up Goldbone, and so right before the manor is going to hit the ground, Pointage and Goldbone fly out of the thing, and it's landed in this farm field area outside of Madwell, and it just crashes to the ground, and all sorts of treasure and magical objects and everything just sort of go flying. But Pointage and Goldbone make their safe landing, and Goldbone looks and says, "You did it. You put yourself in harm's way. You risked everything so that you could stop Cagalympus." Pointage said, "I did. It was the right thing to do." Goldbone says, "I can't believe it. I'm made by a wizard. That's so strange." And I got my first kill, if a thinking engine counts. I don't know. They have survived. They get back to Madwell. This collapsed manor has obviously become a magnet for all the burglars and ne'er-do-wells in Madwell. They're gonna loot it, and all the treasure's gonna go. So I don't know what's gonna happen to that mined hat. That might go off in some other direction, but and I don't know if Cagalympus has survived. You throw a wizard out a window and he falls. Does he have a flight spell? I don't know. After Pointage shrinks back down and they're able to get back to the Guild of Sharp Corners, Goldbone says her piece and says that Pointage just proved his character and that his crime for committing Vial glue all the way back in episode 1 is absolved. And there we are. And Goldbone has learned about her origins. And they've stopped Cagalympus for now. So they leave the guild, and Pointage turns to Goldbone, says, well, what will you do now? And Goldbone says, I don't know. I might try to keep being an assassin, but I don't know if that's really for me. I don't know. Now that I know what I'm from, I sort of have more questions than answers. What does it mean to be made by a wizard? I don't know what that means for me. What about you? Pointage says, well, I've destroyed a manor, but I think I might be done with destroying for a while. I think I have some catching up to do with my fellow dwarves. Might go make some things. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds, but thank you for believing in me. And Goldbone says, of course, it was the least I could do. And so, my friends, with that, I'm calling an end to this campaign. We are going to stop there. If we hadn't had the issue of who had sent the robots from Pizak, we probably would have wrapped it up after we defeated the Frostbug. But there was a couple things I wanted to follow up on, and so we stopped there. So that is the end of our Gone Solo Troika campaign. There's still going to be more stuff coming that I'll tell you about in next week's video. Thank you so much for following along. It's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's been fun and satisfying. It has for me. It's been great. And I'm really, really excited about the things that I'm going to do next with this channel. So stick around. Please like, subscribe, share. Now that it's over, it's totally bingeable. So tell your friends, hey, you can just watch the whole thing. You don't have to wait for new episodes for this one, at least. Thank you so much. This is Science Fantasy Awesome. And you got all this way. You watched all the episodes all the way to the very end. You're awesome.